Most people aren't ready for what you're about to hear, and I understand why. What follows overturns almost everything we've been taught about healing, success, and spiritual power. This was Joel Goldsmith's final revelation, so radical, so pure, that even his closest students feared to speak it aloud. It doesn't promise more techniques, more prayers, or more clever affirmations. It ends them. It ends the chase. Goldsmith called it the Great Nothingness, the silent field behind every thought. Not empty, but radiant. Not cold, but alive with quiet power. It's what remains when every idea of me dissolves and only awareness itself is left. Think about your own journey. How many times have you prayed for relief, visualized abundance, or begged the universe for a sign? Maybe it worked for a while, but the worry always crept back. Why? Because the very act of seeking confirms separation. I must pray for healing implies I am sick. I must attract abundance implies I am poor. The seeker keeps the distance alive. Goldsmith's dangerous secret was simple. Stop trying to reach God and realize you were never apart. Stop using spiritual tools to decorate the illusion of lack. When all effort drops, grace floods in by itself. He learned this the hardest way. During a period of illness and financial collapse, every practice he knew failed him. No prayer worked. No meditation brought peace. Finally, in despair, he gave up. Completely. He stopped trying to heal, stopped begging for answers, stopped even believing that something was wrong. In that instant of total stillness, the great nothingness, everything rearranged. The illness vanished. The finances stabilized. But more than that, he saw the truth. There had never been a problem, only the belief in one. Reality had always been whole. That single realization changed his entire ministry. He no longer taught people to manifest good. He taught them to recognize it, to live from awareness instead of anxiety. And that's what this talk is about, how to live from that center. Let's make it practical. Goldsmith spoke of 3 living pillars: holy stillness, divine indifference, and conscious union. 1. Holy stillness. Once a day, sit without agenda. Let life be exactly as it is. Don't try to silence the mind. Let the noise happen. You'll begin to sense the watcher behind the noise, the awareness that isn't touched by thought. That watcher has no illness, no bills, no enemies. Rest there. That rest is the doorway. 2. Divine indifference. This isn't cold detachment, it's freedom. Imagine being the mountain while weather passes. Sun, storm, snow, all temporary. You still act, work, love, and plan, but not from fear. Indifference means you no longer treat outcomes as proof of worth. You let life move through you instead of being dragged by it. 3. Conscious union. You are not a human with a bit of spirit inside. You are spirit appearing as a human. Say quietly, I am not trying to reach consciousness. Consciousness is appearing as me. That single shift drains the need to fix everything. When urgency ends, intuition begins. To bring these ideas down to earth, let me tell you 3 real-world stories inspired by his students. Asha's healing. After years of chronic illness, Asha decided to experiment with nothingness. Each morning she sat quietly and refused to fight symptoms. She stopped calling herself the sick one. She didn't affirm health. She simply recognized life watching through her eyes. At first nothing happened. Then peace began replacing fear. Weeks later, her energy returned. Tests improved, yes. But what changed most was awareness. She saw that her real self had never been ill. Health was not achieved, it was revealed. Daniel and money. Daniel worked 2 jobs, crushed by debt. He had tried affirmations, gratitude journals, vision boards, all reinforcing the same message. I don't have enough. Finally, he stopped. Every morning he whispered, supply is my nature. Not to get money, but to remember truth. He acted responsibly, but without panic. Within months, opportunities appeared effortlessly. Clients he hadn't chased, ideas he hadn't planned. Nothing mystical, just the removal of resistance. Mira and marriage. Mira's marriage was collapsing. She prayed for her husband to change, begged for reconciliation, tried every workshop. Nothing worked. Then she practiced divine indifference. She stopped seeing herself as a victim, and him as the villain. She saw both as expressions of the same consciousness playing different roles. Within weeks, the atmosphere thawed. They spoke without accusation, remembered laughter, rebuilt love, not through technique, but through awareness. The pattern is always the same. Effort ceases, life flows. Now, if you practice this, something surprising happens. You'll notice the ego rushing back to claim credit. My surrender worked. That's another illusion. You can't use surrender to get results. You surrender because truth is beautiful. If peace follows, wonderful. If it doesn't, wonderful still. Freedom means even the outcome loses its grip. Let's anchor this with 5 micro-practices you can weave into your day. 1. 10-second silences. Between messages, breathe and drop all labels. 2. The as is prayer. Whisper. Let this moment be exactly as it is. 3. The merciful step. Instead of, how do I fix this? Ask, what's the next merciful step? 4. Rename your room. Say, this is a room where love is. 5. Clean action. Do what's needed, minus the mental commentary. Each time you do this, you loosen the world's hypnosis. You begin to live from peace, not toward it. But beware the traps. Trap 1. Spiritual performance. You start grading yourself. I was peaceful yesterday. Why not today? Fire the inner auditor. Trap 2. Strategic surrender. If I let go, I'll finally get what I want. That's still control wearing a halo. Trap 3. Fake indifference. Divine indifference isn't, I don't care. It's I care so deeply that I trust the universe to handle details. 2 master keys keep you balanced: discernment and transparency. Discernment means feeling the vibration of an idea. Divine ideas carry peace even when they challenge comfort. Human ideas feel tight, urgent, dramatic. Learn the difference and follow peace. Transparency means becoming a clear window for the light. Whenever you catch yourself forcing, proving, or defending, pause and whisper, "Make me transparent." Then move gently forward. Let's look at a few more examples of how this plays out. Aaron at work. He kept missing promotions and tried every self-improvement hack. One day he stopped pushing, stopped proving, and quietly fixed a neglected process no one wanted to touch. Without politics or striving, results spoke. Promotion followed, not as reward, but as reflection. Rosa and grief. After her mother's passing, Rosa blamed herself for not manifesting a miracle. Then she allowed sorrow to be sacred. No affirmations, no bright sides. She sat with pain until it revealed love underneath. Grief didn't disappear. It transformed into tenderness. She realized death can't touch what's real. Ethan and addiction. Ethan fought alcohol for 20 years. He replaced "I am an addict" with "I am consciousness," and thoughts of craving arise in me. He still attended support meetings, but without shame. The cravings gradually lost power. He didn't conquer addiction. He outgrew the identity that fed it. After a while, practice becomes living. You stop performing spirituality and start breathing it. Problems still appear, storms still form, but you remain the sky. And yes, doubts will visit. You'll think, if I stop trying, everything will fall apart. Tell that voice gently, we're not quitting, we're quitting the fear. Then act from calm instead of compulsion. Watch how order quietly replaces chaos. Let's close the loop with a short inner exercise. Right now, breathe in and think, nothing to get. Breathe out, nothing to fix. Breathe in, I am not separate from the source. Breathe out, the source expresses as me. That's it. That's the living prayer. In time, you'll notice subtle miracles. Conflicts resolve before starting. Money flows where it's needed. People feel calmer around you. You haven't changed them. You've stopped obstructing what already was. This is the natural state. You still pay bills, raise kids, navigate traffic, but from serenity instead of struggle. You can sit in hospitals, offices, or arguments without losing awareness of perfection underneath appearances. That is mastery. Goldsmith warned that most people resist this path because it leaves them nothing to hold on to. No method, no identity, no spiritual resume. Just awareness being itself. And that's terrifying to the ego, because it means its job is over. But for those who dare, it's liberation. You realize you were never a human reaching for God. You were God reaching for experience. And once that dawns, life becomes effortless participation in divine rhythm. Let's end here, with clarity, not climax. You are not a seeker chasing enlightenment. You are enlightenment exploring itself. The Great Nothingness is not something you enter, it's what remains when you stop running. Divine indifference isn't cold, it's love beyond fear. Conscious union isn't earned, it's recognized. The game of searching ends, and what's left is life, whole, free, luminous. If these words moved something in you, even resistance, pause before the next video. Let silence finish what speech began. And when you're ready, tap like so others can find this message. Subscribe to Legacy Igniter for more Joel Goldsmith wisdom, practical spirituality, and timeless truth. Then comment below, where are you ready to stop striving and start recognizing? If you want a follow-up with guided silence and daily micro-practices, write, I am ready. Because you are. You always were. And now, you know.